What is up, everyone? David here. Apparently there's a new Batman vs Superman trailer, and keeping up with tradition ever since the last trailer, I'm gonna go ahead and film my reaction and preceding that with a quick review. I'm gonna try not to keep you guys too long, but I'm gonna go ahead and watch the trailer now and then review it. I was initially just gonna watch it, but then I had to go to work, and then I thought, you know what? I think there's enough time, so let's go ahead and film my reaction to it. Instead of just going on ahead and should I have something to say about the trailer, then I already got the camera filming my reaction, and then I could proceed to do a review. And, yeah, let's go ahead and just get this thing started. Here we go. In full 1080p. Let's get this thing started. It's 3.5 minutes, so Comic-Con trailer indeed. Here we go.
Today is a day for truth. The world needs to know what happened and to know what he stands for. That kind of power is very dangerous.
Nobody's like, oh, Superman's away from him. Flashbacks. He's running right into it.
Let the record show that this committee holds him responsible.
That's how it starts. The favor. The ray that turns good man. Cruel.
Alfred looks.
Under one man reign of terror. You don't get to decide what the right thing is. Nobody cares about Clark Kent taking on the Batman.
This means something. It's all some people have. It's all that gives them hope.
People hate what they don't understand. Be their hero, Clark. Be their angel. Be their monument. The only thing they made you be. Or be none of it. You don't know this world a thing. You never did.
Do you know the oldest lie in America, Senator? The devils don't come from hell beneath us. They come from the sky.
Oh,
How many good guys are left?
jokes.
He has the power to wipe out the entire human race. I'm gonna have to destroy it.
So we're still gonna see his origin. Yeah, one on.
He is not Clark Kent. Black and blue. God versus man. Day versus night.
The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming.
That was definitely a better trailer than the last one. The last one, I don't think I've ever been vocal about this, but the last one always felt to me like a trailer they needed to create immediately because Star Wars has just come out, so they're like, we gotta get a trailer up and running. I mean, even the music sounds a little rushed, like dun 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 Like, I don't know, it just sounded very typical, a lot of fade to blacks, that kind of thing. This seems more like, okay, we actually have something for you. And so far I'm loving everything that you see with Bruce Wayne, more inclusion of Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor, I think... Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, I think he can play a good villain. I just don't know about Lex Luthor specifically, because when you think of Lex Luthor, you think of the guy who's into real estate, who has a much more he has this demeanor, like he wants to own everything. He's supposed to be this intimidating presence, but not because of his physique, but because of the power that he has. I see more like crazy in Jesse Eisenberg, and I feel like he can do a good job as a villain. I just don't know about Lex Luthor. I mean, there's certain shades of him that I see in this trailer that I'm like, I like how he's talking, I like his approach, but as Lex Luthor specifically, I think I'm just gonna have to hold out until I actually see the movie itself. I'm loving that we're seeing both sides of the story here. We're seeing Bruce's side of the story with flashbacks to him. From the look of it, he's in Metropolis during the events of the climax for Man of Steel, so that's pretty cool. But then we also have the side of Superman and him trying to struggle with fitting into the world. Everybody's seeing him as a god, but Bruce is like, hey, this guy's capable of wiping out the human race. Do you really want this thing to be out there, or this guy to be out there? So I'm loving that there's two sides to the whole thing. When I heard Jeremy Irons was going to be Alfred, I was digging it. Now that I see him in it, I'm like, he looks more like Gordon than anything else. He does not look like Alfred. He looks more like a Gordon. He looks like a reporter. He's got the glasses. He's got like holsters or something. I don't know. Hopefully we see more of Alfred. That changes my mind. But right now I'm not digging the look of Alfred so far. I think performance-wise, Jeremy Irons is going to do a great job, but I don't like the decision that they made for the look that they gave him. But that sounds kind of superficial, I'll admit. I do like the quick shots of Wonder Woman, and it looks like at some point towards the end, and it's something that people were hoping for, and it looks like we're going to get it. We're going to have all three fighting. We're going to have an Avengers moment. I'm sorry we're making that comparison, but I feel like we might just have the Avengers moment. We're going to have Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Superman on another side, on another corner, and then Batman in another one taking care of his own stuff, and they're all fighting some opposing force. Chances are it's going to be Lex Luthor, or maybe something else. I like that we're bringing back Zod, and maybe he's going to be used as evidence by Bruce Wayne or somebody else that, hey, this guy just killed this guy. He has killed. He's done it. He's crossed that line, so... how do we not know he's going to cross that line again? So I think that's going to play into the story kind of interesting, in an interesting way. Let's see, what else? There were some scenes where it looked like we're going to see some background, some flashbacks to Bruce's own story. Half of that seems to be more of the same origin that we've seen before. His parents getting murdered, the funeral scene, you saw him there as a kid, since the story that is him. Not a huge fan of that. I'm like, we already know the story, so why do we need to see it again? It's this Spider-Man syndrome. We've seen the origin story. Let's just give us another movie of Spider-Man or Batman doing something. We already know the origin story. I think you need to let a good 15, 20 years or so pass by before you actually try to take on an origin story once more and try to rewrite it, unless that first movie was bad. But that clearly wasn't the case with Batman Begins and Spider-Man with Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Fantastic Four makes sense because those first two movies weren't all that great, but I feel like here we need to get away from the origin story. But it looks like we're going to get flashbacks of that anyway. Just as long as they don't last too much, I'm fine with that. But then following that, there were some shots of Batman in some deserted desert area of him taking out some guys. He's got this huge coat, and he's got a mask, a breathing mask, because a sandstorm seems to be passing by, and it looks like the same area where Superman is down below with those what seems to be a militia with a Superman album on his shoulder. It seems like maybe that's the same area, or it might just be a past mission that Batman was investigating in some place. However, there's one thing about that scene that kind of worries me, that Greg Miller from Kinda Funny, he pointed something out that was a very good point, and that is, try your best as a filmmaker, Zack Snyder, Christopher Nolan, anybody, if you're taking on Batman in the film form, try to avoid having Batman be out in the suit in the daytime. Because sometimes Batman just, no matter what incarnation, Batman doesn't come across very well in the daytime. Because he's supposed to be the Batman. He's supposed to be in the darkness. So when you bring him out into the light, but in contrast with his surroundings, he can look kind of silly. Because he's the dude in a bat, with the ears and everything. We saw a little bit of that in Dark Knight Rises. And now it looks like we're seeing it again here in the trailer. He looks like, no matter what time of day it is, if he means business, he's got to get down to business. I just hope that doesn't work against the actual portrayal of Batman should he look... Because a lot of people had issues with that Entertainment Weekly cover where he was against a white drop. And that's because his suit popped out more. And he's not supposed to. He's supposed to be Batman. And Greg Miller touched upon that. And I'm like, yeah, you're kind of right. Batman looks badass completely in the dark. When he's in the dark, when he's looming in the shadows, he is awesome. But when he's out in the daytime, he can look kind of silly. No matter who's playing him, Ben Affleck, Christian Bale, whoever's filming him, whoever designed him, doesn't matter. Batman mostly cannot work in the daytime. So it's kind of cool that it looks like Bruce Wayne is there, running through the streets. He's running to the smoke. How awesome! How much more awesome can you get? That was one of my favorite shots from the trailer. So far, yes, this was a really, really great trailer. I am definitely going to watch it again. You know what? Let's go ahead and watch it again. I don't care if this video is running kind of long. Let's go ahead and watch it again. This time, the first time I was trying to maintain quiet because I want to listen to his lines of dialogue. This time, let's go ahead and pick it apart. So, who's this first character here that's talking like, it is the time of whatever?
Today is a day for truth.
Who's this actress? I want to say Melissa Leo, but I don't think it's Melissa Leo.
The world needs to know what happened.
Somebody pointed out that this is a much more Nolan-esque looking film, and I agree. I like how nobody's like, oh my god, Superman here. There's just like, oh, he's here, let's sit down. And here we go. Bruce running through the streets. This is cool. Which way are you running? The Marines. Or the Army. I can't remember what commercial that was.
Let the record show that this committee holds him responsible.
Wayne Financial Tower.
That's how it starts.
That cave where you let your family die. I don't know who that's from. Yeah, see, he looks like a reporter, or like Jim Gordon would look like. Looks like we're going to see Batman in action before the times of Superman, just to give an idea of what he was doing around Gotham City.
It's all some people have. It's all that gives them hope.
He had time to do the symbol on the roof when you were like in a hurricane or something. That was a very Watchmen-esque looking shot there. That one too. Looks awesome, but it reminds me an awful lot of Watchmen.
You don't know this world a thing. You never did.
Do you know the oldest line in America, Senator?
Oh, she's a senator.
Hell beneath us.
And there it looks like they already established that this guy means business, and Kal-El's gonna have to... Okay, the joke's on you. They're referencing Joker, I believe. I think. Might be wrong. Comic-Con footage from... Wait, was it a year ago? When was last year? Yeah, I think it was last year. Yeah, it was last year. Because Comic-Con 2013 is when they announced that Batman vs Superman was happening. Here's the flashback. It looks like the alley. Lois Lane comes back. There you go. That's the shot I was talking about. Yeah, I know. No, it's not a flashback. I saw the Superman symbols, so it's not a flashback. It's like a current event type thing happening. Flat basketball. Kryptonite. That's probably how he's gonna get. Close call.
The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming.
It's kind of silly, but hopefully it appears more fun when actually in the movie. Dude, are you gonna pay for that? Do kind of feel bad for Superman though. Everybody's talking about Batman, especially with the recent release of Arkham Knight. It's all about Batman. Superman doesn't get enough credit, which is why I'm representing him with the shirt. I'm usually all about Batman, but you know, I like the Superman symbol and I like the shirt, so you know, out of respect, I'm gonna give some props to Superman. Plus, I feel like, you know, handled well. He can pull off being a sympathetic character. Hopefully, Batman vs Superman does that. So let me know what you guys thought of the trailer in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.